What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Peace, peace, peace. So I wanted to have a conversation with you guys about this new Meta lawsuit that just happened, right? And I was going to do a video on this, a podcast episode about this, but I decided to go live and have a real conversation with you guys because there is so much to unpack when it comes to this whole scenario with Meta being found settling. It's not even being found guilty, it's settling for $18 billion. And I think a lot of people see the headlines and a lot of people probably just skim through this story without getting the full details about it. And I want to actually provide a little bit more context to this about how crazy this is, how insane this is, how this is more, to me, in my opinion, a slap in the face than it is about being, what's going on, Kofa? It's more of a slap in the face than it is about liability when it comes to Meta, right? I saw the article on New York Times, I saw the article on AP News, and I started doing some research on this, and I'm like, what is really going on with the full context of Meta being sued for $18 billion and what that really means and who is receiving this money, right? So just to get things going, to get things started, I want to share some videos with you guys, right? So this lawsuit is not new, right? This lawsuit started 2 years ago. 2 years ago when this lawsuit started. So a few states, right? Not just one, not just two. I think about 20 states sued Meta collectively, right? What's going on, Kathy B? 2 states sued Meta collectively. 20 states, 20 states sued Meta collectively. And when they sued Meta, they were asking for, I believe, let me get the right number. It was a crazy amount of money they were asking for. So yes, they was asking for $1.4 trillion. Meta settled for $18 billion. Let's put that in proper perspective, right? So they settled for $18 billion, but it's asking for $1.4 trillion. So to put a proper perspective of how much that is, you need 1,000 billions to get 1 trillion, right? And they didn't even get, oh my God, how much they got? I think I did the math right here. Hold on. Let me not do math in public like Kofo says. I had the notes right here. Yeah. So what they're asking for and what they receive was 1.3% of what they asked for, right? And these are the states that's collecting the money. It's not the people, it's the states, not the people who is greatly affected by this. So I want to start with you guys with the actual news clip. Let me see if I can pull this up properly. Give me one second.
Use features to hook children to their platform.
All right, boop, 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 boop. Let me get that here. All right, make sure everything is good on both screens. I am dual streaming, if you guys may or may not know. All right. Okay, so streaming. Oh, shout out to Kofa too with the super chat. Shout out to Kofa with the $8.27. At least I can pull that up. All right, I don't know. There we go. Even though I don't have my own drop on your channel. Yeah, you're right. You don't. We got to work on that, Kofa. I'll get you a drop at the end. Let me just get through this real quick. I got you a drop at the end, Kofa. So let's play this clip from what is it, CBS Los Angeles, right? Shout out to my folks in Los Angeles on the West Coast, aka the Fresh Coast.
More than 3 dozen
And also, you guys can hear this. Can you please press 1 in the chat? Let me know if you guys can hear this.
States, including California, are suing Meta, saying the parent company of Facebook and Instagram knowingly used features to hook children to their platforms. That federal lawsuit filed today right here in California, it accuses Meta of using algorithms designed to get young people addicted to news feeds with constant scrolling and frequent notifications. The lawsuit alleges Instagram has contributed to a mental health crisis in the U.S.
Yeah, Meta responding quickly to the suit, saying in part, we're disappointed that instead of working productively with companies across the industry to create clear, age-appropriate standards for the many apps teens use, the Attorney General Channel have chosen this path.
And Amy, the suits ask for financial damages and restitution and demands changes in Meta's practices.
KQL's Jasmine Beal spoke to parents about the struggles to set rules around social media.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
12-year-old Miles Mountjoy loves to make videos and post them to YouTube from his San Fernando Valley home.
Me with my little brother, Lou.
This is all his parents will allow for now.
And we do have YouTube, but we have the comments off and restricted.
His father, Robin Mountjoy, says his sons ask all the time if they can be on social media. Does he want Instagram? Did he say, hey, Dad, I want to make an
Yeah,
Instagram?
of course, yeah, because he sees us on it and he sees, you know, TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff.
But he says it's too dangerous for his kids' mental and physical health. In a lawsuit filed Tuesday against Meta by dozens of attorneys general, they allege the company deployed harmful and psychologically manipulative products to make kids addicted to the platforms. Meta says it developed over 30 tools to support teens, like setting younger teens' accounts to private, adding parental supervision tools, age verification technology, and show.
All right, we got the gist of that, right? Let me close this out right here. Oh no, I added one. Hold on, close that out right there. Then get back to me right there. And hold on. My bad. That's Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, Joseph, Eric. All right, here we go. My bad. So, as you can see, this lawsuit is from 2 years ago, right? And I know I came across an article from the AJC about how Georgia is receiving $100 million out of that $18 billion settlement. Right? Georgia was one of the states that sued Meta. And yeah, I'm gonna be real transparent. I think this is a slap in the face, man. I don't think this is the victory that y'all thought that this was going to be. And I think a lot of times people were like, this is a good one. We got him, y'all. No, it's not that. So let me give you guys some of the gist of. Matter of fact, let me go back to another video. Bear with me for a second, y'all. It's been a minute since I did a live stream, but I had to do this in real time. Okay. All right, yeah, let me go to this one.
And so
from
really
CNN.
we could see an industry-wide change here because nearly $18 billion to end a lawsuit centering on the harms of social media to children. Now, the case was brought by a group of 29 U.S. states alleging that Meta intentionally designed platforms to get young people addicted to them, harming their mental health. Now, 4 of the states were seeking as much as $1.4 trillion in damages. Now, as part of the settlement, Meta has agreed to make changes to its platforms, including establishing daily time limits for teen users. Now, the California Attorney General issued a statement saying, today we have...
I want to kind of interject on that part. They say they're going to add limits for teen users. How is Meta going to verify a teen being a teen? It's not like tobacco. It's not like you walk into a store and you have to buy a pack of cigarettes. You have to physically buy this pack of cigarettes. How are you going to verify this? How are you going to verify the age of a teenager who don't have an ID? How are you going to verify it? And how easy it would it be, for a teen just to lie about their age? If the drop-down menu is the requirements of you put in the year that you were born, why would you put the year that you're born? Just put an older year. It's like a teen going onto a porn website and just clicking, yes, I'm over 18. What verification you want to do to prove that a teen is a teen that had these guidelines on here? But I'll continue. Shout out to Kofa. He says, the horse is already out the barn. Let me hit you with the perfect, Kofa. Hold on. Perfect. Because that is the truth right there. The toothpaste is out the tube and the horse is already out the barn. Well, let's continue on.
Secured a settlement with Meta that will make social media less dangerous for our kids and make a world of difference for children and for their families. Now, CNN's Claire Duffy is following the story and joins us now for more on all of this. Claire, this is an enormous settlement that paid out by Meta in the middle of this trial. Just take us through the details.
Yeah, Linda, I mean, this is $18 billion settlement. Many of the state attorneys general have called this the largest settlement ever in history with a big tech company. And that money will help go towards states' programs to fund mental health initiatives, youth online safety initiatives. But even more important than the money.
So, like I said, the money is not going to the parents. The money is going to the states to have resources for kids that are addicted to social media. Kids been addicted to social media. Literally, social media has been a thing of 10 years. We're talking about 10 years of addiction across the country. 10 years of addiction across the country. And you gave, like the state of Georgia, $100 million to combat this. How are you going to reverse engineer this? Just like Kofa said, the horse is out the barn. Put that back up. The horse is out the barn. The toothpaste is already out the tube. How are you going to reverse engineer all the people that was damaged by social media? This going to the states to start a initiative to have people, help them with their addiction. What about the parents who already lost their children to suicide? What about the people who are bullied because of social media? What about the people who are on Snapchat? Excuse me, I'm gonna get on Snapchat later. I misspoke. But the people who use stories and shared images on social media, and those images got out. Let's continue on, man.
Here is the changes that Meta has agreed to make to its platforms. And I'll just walk you through some of those changes. Meta has agreed to set a default 2-hour daily time limit for users aged 13 to 17 across both Facebook and Instagram. It will input a daily night mode that will block access to the apps from midnight to 6 a.m. Also a school mode that will reduce the number of notifications that teens get during the day. It will prompt teen users every 15 minutes of continuous screen use to try to get them to be a little bit more conscious of their scrolling. It will also turn off likes by default on teen posts and remove access to extreme makeup filters. All of these addressing things that the states had said contributed to this youth mental health crisis. Now, we should say that Meta has not admitted to wrongdoing as part of this settlement.
That's the part I want you guys to hear. Perfect. Excuse me. Meta has not admitted to wrongdoing with the settlement. Meta has not admitted to wrongdoing. Let me put that in context of, everyday life. Imagine if a man cheated on his wife, right? And he had a baby outside their relationship. After he cheated, the wife is mad. The wife is saying like, oh, I can't believe you did this to me. And he buys her a gift. So originally, right, to get the wife back in line, he was like, oh, I'm gonna buy you a Mercedes. And she was like, all right, cool. But then he says, I'm gonna buy you a Toyota to sell, right? She went from a Mercedes G-Wagon to a Toyota to sell. And he never admitted that he did anything wrong. That's the same thing with Meta. Meta went from 1.4 trillion to 18 billion. Meta went from a G-Wagon to Toyota to sell, to giving his wife a Toyota to sell, and he got a whole baby out there. The damage is already done. And he don't have to admit that he's wrong. That's the same thing as this. Meta do not have to admit that they're wrong. That is so problematic. So in their eyes, we didn't do anything wrong. There is no documentation of us having wrongdoing. We're just going to pay a couple of these states $100 million here, $100 million there over the course of 10 years, right? Because this is not like a automatic settlement that is going to be happening right now. This is over the course of 10 years. They're going to pay these states out the $14 billion. And I bet you that money that they're paying out, because I know how it is in Georgia, that's going to grease the elbows or grease the hands or grease the palms of some of those politicians to allow data centers. That's my opinion. I know Meta is in the game of getting these data centers out there. And I know there's a lot of pushback and a lot of red tape and a lot of communities who don't want data centers. But I think that's part of that money, because that money is not going to the parents. That money's not going to the families. That money's not going to the children who was impacted by being addicted to social media. Let's continue on with this, man.
But these are really significant changes to how its platforms operate. And Meta is also calling on TikTok and YouTube to take similar steps here. In fact, Linda, as part of this settlement, Meta will be paying out 70% of that $18 billion settlement to the states to begin with. And the 30% will only be paid out if TikTok and YouTube agree to make similar changes.
Do I still have this drop? I don't know if I still have this drop, man. I'm sorry. I've been moving things around. But this is...
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
So we went from $1.4 trillion, right? We went from $1.4 trillion to 14 billion. And out of that 14 billion, they're only going to pay 70% of that 14 billion only if TikTok and YouTube get on board. This is what the people you voted for agreed to. So they only have to pay 70% of it. And they want 2 other companies to get on board. Let me see my math right here. I did the math. So right now, Meta is paying $12.6 billion. That's why I said the wife went from getting a G-Wagon to a Toyota Tercel. They don't even make Toyota Tercels no more. She went from a G-Wagon to a Toyota Tercel. So they have to pay $12.6 billion. So if YouTube and TikTok say, I don't want no parts of this, what they're going to do? All right, man, let's go back to this, man. Hold on, what the heck? Oh, man, my button's not working. Oh, there we go. The thing just crashed. All right, let's see. That's the thing about going live. Things will go wrong when you go live. Hold on, I think it's like a loose connection. There we go. My bad. All right, let's continue on.
And so really we could see an industry-wide change here because of this massive agreement.
Just incredible. So they haven't admitted wrongdoing, but they are giving out $18 billion to settle the case. But I'm certain that parents will be...
No, they're not giving out $18 billion. They're giving out $12 billion because they're relying on YouTube and TikTok to get on board. That's some nonsense. I'm sorry. That is some nonsense. All right. I want to hear from some of the people who was actually impacted by this, because
March, his mother went to wake him with news that's the landmark social media addiction trial. We are seeing new lawsuits. 5 families now alleging Meta knew its platforms were a playground for predators, but chose profits over the lives of their children. That includes the family of 15-year-old Braden Bone. Last March, his mother went to wake him with news that school was canceled, that they were headed to the slopes, but he had taken his own life, leaving a note in the basement that pleaded, "Make sure he gets caught." Investigators soon uncovered that Braden had fallen into a trap known as financial sextortion. Scammers on social media coerced him into sending photos of himself, then relentlessly demanded money he didn't have. The family's legal filing alleges that Meta's algorithms actively recommended predator-linked accounts to teenagers like Braden, and they are breaking their silence to tell every parent that this isn't just a news story. This is not a headline. This is a war on their children's lives. And Braden's mother, Brittany, his stepdad, Dad Luke, are joining us tonight. I so appreciate you being here. I know how hard this is. And Brittany, it really struck me. You told lawmakers that you have never been ashamed of your son and that tonight you are making sure his story is heard. I'm so grateful that you are here tonight. You have said that Braden didn't delete anything from his devices, essentially leaving you a trail, a digital roadmap to follow. At what point during your own research did you realize that this was a platform problem?
It was honestly quite early on. We were able to connect with some other families who were in the same situation, and through that, we really dove into how does this happen? How is this even something that, you know, could be something that happened in our home? And we found out that there is the ability for Meta to remove fake and duplicate profiles. It's been done before. There was a Bloomberg article about it. They removed 63,000 profiles in one day, knowing that they were fake and duplicate, and that was 3 years ago after another sextortion event had happened, and the family went public about it. And we found out that they keep those profiles because the more users they have, the more money they make. So they were able to contact my son through a fake profile that wasn't removed from their platform.
Oh my God. Shout out to Kathy B, man. Kathy B said she remembered the story. Very sad. Going on 18. This is the stories that the parents are going through, man. And these parents are not seeing any type of compensation for this. Zero. Oh man, let me just pull up another story.
No amount of money is ever going to bring my beautiful daughter back. I miss her every day. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up. Last thing I think of, she should be going off to college. She would have graduated from high school. We live local. We live in Marin. She would have graduated from Redwood High School. She should be going off to college. Instead, I visit her every day in the cemetery in back of our house. Mark Zuckerberg does not want to go up against and see all the information that they have. So I'm very pleased. There's lots of lawsuits coming for these companies, lots of parents. And yeah, I am satisfied. I feel like there's like justice.
There's two parents that committed suicide. Oh, no, excuse me, not the parents. Let me not say that. Take that back. There's two parents of children who committed suicide. And when you see the case, when you start looking at the case, it's a lot of parents lined up with the pictures of their children who committed suicide because of things that was done to them on social media, and how social media was literally targeting these kids to become customers. So sad. It's so sad. But I got to be real transparent with y'all, right? Because when it comes to this, social media lawsuit, TikTok paying $18 billion, like I said, is a joke because it's a drop in the bucket. Is 1.3% of what they really originally asked for. And out of that 1.3% that they originally asked for, they're getting 70% of that. So it's a smack in the face. It's a drop in the bucket for this company. People are saying that this is the big tobacco moment. This is nowhere near the big tobacco moment. Because when it comes to buying tobacco, you could literally have to pick up a physical product. How could you make a child give the right age? How could you do it? How could you do that? You can't. You can't do it. And they said they're going to have restrictions and kids only could use social media at certain hours and certain times of the day that social media would not work for that child. Let me tell you a story about mother-daughter that I met. Right? My wife and I, we was on a cruise, and we was like, you go on a cruise, you get off the boat and you chill at the beach, whatever. We met this mother and daughter. The mother told my wife and I should say, how when her child was not allowed to go on social media and use an iPad, an iPhone, and MacBook at certain hours, her workaround was to change the time zone. She put her phone to China's time zone. All her devices on China's time zone. So she was able to use her phone and her iPad and her MacBook as she pleased all throughout the night because the restrictions has for those hours. And that's the same thing with any other application with time restrictions. All you have to do is change the time zone. I have a friend, when she uses ChatGPT and she runs out of time because she uses it so much and she's not paying for the paid version, she just changes time zone. That's all she does. That's all she does. It's crazy, but that's all she does. Simple and plain. Change the time zone. So, I don't know why this lawsuit only target Meta, right? Because YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Roblox, Discord, they all have the same issue. They all have the same issue, especially for teenagers at this point, right? I'll say Snapchat, Roblox, TikTok all have this issue. More than YouTube, from what I'm gathering, more than YouTube, but they all have the same issue. TikTok would literally feed your child the most garbage information for 24 hours straight if your child's phone or device is just prop right there. Snapchat gave kids a way to conversate with each other and messages deleted after 24 hours. And the crazy part about this lawsuit, or the biggest slap in the face about this lawsuit, I should say, is that Instagram and Facebook are not apps that teenagers use in 2026. I barely use Facebook, and I'm 43 years old. Let me get to some of the comments, man, because, oh my God, this lawsuit pissed me off. Kofa says the payoff, I agree. They will find a way, and I'll start talking about those ways. Kathy said, wow. A-Team said, if there is a will, there is a way. That's a big fact right there. Hold on, hit you with the perfect. There, my perfect sound. Kofa said, let me make this bigger. Where's the BT bomb for Kofa, yo? Yeah, I don't think I have the BT bomb. Well, I got this for you, Kofa. There we go. But Kofa said, changing the time zone is like a crackhead stealing a toaster to sell drugs for money. Yeah, I don't have my BT bomb, yo. I'm so sorry. I don't know where my BT bomb is went. That's crazy, but I still got the perfect. Okay. Oh my God, this is crazy. But the teens will find a way. They will find a way to use these applications. And the crazy part about it, the first video I shared, right, the one from 2 years ago, the parent, he said the quiet part out loud. He said, yeah, the kids want to get on social media because they see us on it. How many times have you gone to a restaurant? How many times have you gone to some outing and you see parents on the phone and the kids right next to them, they both scrolling? Everybody at the dinner table sitting out eating, I don't know, mellow mushroom, and they all scrolling on the phone. It happens all the time. The parents are just as bad as the kids. If not, the parents are worse than the kids when it comes to being on their devices, being coerced on what's going on with their lifestyle. This $18 billion, aka this Wait, I got it right here. I keep forgetting it. This $18 billion, aka this $12 billion, is a joke. It's a joke. The toothpaste is already out the tube. The horse is already out the barn. It's a joke. I truly think that this doesn't mean nothing. Meta have 10 years to pay this out. I don't think a lot of people know the details about this. I don't think a lot of people understand what's really going on with this. Hold on, man. I don't know. If you guys want to pop up and chime in, let me know in the comments, man. I'm gonna get the link. Where's my link at? Shout out to Kofa with the super chat. Definitely appreciate you. I don't know why my thing is so small. Pause right here on the main screen. What's going on, Courage, y'all? Yeah, where's my thing? I want to see if I could if you guys want to join in. I don't know where my link is at for people to join. Why can't I find that? Interview. My bad, Kofa. My bad, y'all. Let me just pull your comment up, yo. Let me pull your comment up because I got so much going on. Shout out to Kofa back in the super chat. He says, think about it. Meta is the big company with Facebook and IG being different platforms, meaning they intentionally found a way to market two different platforms at least. They got people hooked two ways. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. That is true. That is true. You're right. I can't even find a way to dispute that. That is very, 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 very true. I don't know why. Let's see. Let me see. No. I'm trying to find a link to have somebody come up and join, but I just can't find it for some reason. I don't know where's it at. But yeah, man. I was going to have somebody, I was going to put the link in the chat for you guys to join in, but I can't find that. Let me see one more thing. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me see something. First of all, let me know if you guys want to join in, if that's something I want to do and have the conversation. If not, then I'll just close it out. But yeah, you guys ain't replied to that, so I am good with just closing it. I don't know why I can't find options. Yeah, we good. All right, man. I appreciate you guys for joining in. I appreciate everybody coming and watching the replay, getting the information. No, I didn't find the guest tab, Kofi. I don't know why I can't find it. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I can't find the guest tab. Kofi, unless you want to join in, you could call. Kofi, you got my number. You could call. Hold on. I could connect my phone, but as far as me doing, I don't know. I know, man. I know. You know what it is, Kofi? I haven't. I see 18. You say you out and about. I appreciate that. But yeah, I am. I have not streamed so long, bro. I have not streamed so long. Like my cable's still in the box for having people join in. That's how bad it is. Hold on. Kofi, if you wanna call in, Kofi, you can call in. I got you. Okay, you say you call in. All right. Let's see if this works. That's why I got these headphones in, because I like to have the headphones easier for me to conversate. All right, why are you calling in, Kofi? I'm trying to figure this out.
Kofa.
Hello?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Hold on. Hello?
Yep.
All right,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, if you guys in the chat, press 1 if you can hear Kofa. If you can hear Kofa in the chat. I believe you could. Kofa, say something real quick.
Check. Mic check.
All right, they should be able to hear you, to be honest. But yeah, Oh, I appreciate that. Yo, I don't know why my finger's so little with Jocelyn. I didn't realize it was that small. It's big on the vertical screen, on my vertical screen, but it's small on the horizontal one. But what you got for us, Kofa?
No, man, I just wanted to call in, commend you for putting this type of content out, like Poor Joe just said in the super chat, man.
Yes.
People will talk about it. It'll be a brief conversation, but the fact that you've been consistent with going down this rabbit hole, and essentially, I'm gonna be woke for a second, displaying how demonic some of these companies are.
Yeah.
Just to make a profit. When you can addict kids to something, and then we haven't even really talked about the child predators. That's something I'll be trying to talk about. We might need to collab on that with people using that. Like we talked about using Canva, other platforms that people wouldn't think about, even websites that Roblox, or websites that we don't even think about. I was just watching a clip of Chris Hansen with the To Catch a Predator, but he's kind of back at it with the updated version, and some guy was using some platform called Whisper to talk to a 14-year-old girl. Now I don't know if they set that up to like snag these guys, but he asked him, well, how did you find this person? Of course it's an actor. He was like, well, how did you find this person? The guy was like, on Whisper.
Wow.
I'm like, what the hell is Whisper? So there's other major, I'm not going to say major, but other lesser known platforms out there that people with those intentions could use to target children. And the kids don't know. They just think it's a new platform that, okay, mom, dad said I can't have a Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, but they didn't say anything about Whisper. You know how kids think.
Yep.
And the platform, the roadmap the blueprint has kind of been set by Meta.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how far we've come for a platform that was supposed to be for connecting with old college friends.
Yeah. I would say this. I would say the blueprint and the platform the blueprint was set by Snapchat. I think it was more set by Snapchat than it was by Meta. I think Meta followed Snapchat in order to, be a part of the race. But more kids were going on to Snapchat. And once Snapchat and Vine, Meta took those type of formulas that they used, that's when they went into that like, all right, Vine is done, Snapchat is dying out, I might as well just go into Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they remixed it too, because remember it was a point in time where I can't remember which one had which first. I don't think you could DM on Instagram initially.
Nope.
And then they saw it worked on Facebook, so then that became a thing.
Yep.
The likes, the engagement is kind of different between the platforms, but they're both Meta platforms. And it gives, we've talked about it. You click on one video and then boom, your whole algorithm changes.
Whole thing changes. Like I have to literally shout out to Messi Michonne. Like I watched Messi Michonne like two or three times on a live stream, and my whole algorithm is twisted. And after my whole algorithm is twisted, I have to go into YouTube's erase data information. Erase all my information so I won't see the thing that Messi talking about. Then once she talk about it again, I have to do it again.
Yeah, it's right back to it.
Yep.
Like with the Lindsay Clancy case, I didn't even really, I wasn't following it. I just kept hearing people talk about, oh no, she's innocent. And I'm like, what are they talking about? So I clicked on one video. This was just last week. Whole algorithm changed. So many different. That's how I was able to do that live the other day, because so many other cases started coming down my timeline just because of the Lindsay Clancy case. And I was like, what in the hell? And kind of started going down a rabbit hole. Like I cut my live short, almost went 2 hours, but I cut my live short. But I had so much more ammo, as we say.
I
But
found
that came off of just
too,
one. one click. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I found the link. I was like, oh.
Well, we're here now.
Yeah. But I put it in there in case somebody else want to join.
Yeah, we're here now. But yeah, it's just crazy because there's a science to it. There's a science and there's math to it. Like, it's intentional.
Oh no, the science.
So,
yeah, I'm gonna give you the background to the science because I've been like really geeking out on this. So there was a professor out in Stanford University named B.J. Fogg, right? Professor Fogg, and he came out with the science that all social media platforms use, and not only they use this platform, I mean the science. A lot of the social media higher ups went to his course to learn directly from him. So what he said was the behavior of a person equals the motivation, the accessibility or the availability, and it equals the prompt, right? So B equals MAP. So your motivation is, I'm gonna just hop on there and look at it. Then accessibility, the app is right there on your phone. Then the prompt is, they always gonna keep giving you notifications for you to keep coming back. And as long as that loop keep happening, you hooked. And they all went to that course.
You gotta think, he sat down and thought about that. He worked that equation out.
Yeah.
And I wonder, was it something that he did on his own, or was he paid to, figure out how we can drive engagement?
No, that was something that he just figured out.
And then word got out and it became a thing.
Yep.
And again, here we are. That's crazy.
Yep. So that's the exact formula that all the social media companies use. And think about how easy it is for you to go on your phone and use it, and how often they try to give you, notifications and prompts and, hey, come back here, look at this person, look at that person. This person did this person comment here. Hey, you haven't, replied back to people in a while. They keep hitting you with stuff.
Yeah, I had to be intentional about that with my son. Even with him, about him like one of those little cheap tablets where he could do his ABCs and stuff like that. But even with that, he kind of started expecting his tablet every night. And again, this is like a child's tablet. This isn't an iPad. This is like strictly ABC 1, 2, 3. Little nursery rhymes and preschool stuff.
Yeah, like a leapfrog type of thing.
Yeah. So even with that, it's like I had to be intentional. So when the thing actually died, when the battery died, I just told my mom, I was like, don't charge it back up. And then eventually he stopped asking for it. And it didn't take long, thank God. Again, he's only 4.
Yeah.
But he's not looking for it anymore. I had to make sure he has some type of hands-on skill.
Yeah.
But like you said, the parents as bad as the kids, if not worse.
I think the parents are worse, in my opinion, because they've been doing it for their whole lives, and they look at it like, oh, we grew up watching TV. This is just another form of TV. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the kids pick it up, and like the guy was saying, one of the first videos you played, well, he asked us, can he have, YouTube? They turn off the comments and all that, but he wants to be on actual social media because he sees them on it. That reminded me of that old 80s cartoon. Remember, like, the guy that called his son smoking weed and he busts in his room? And he's like, who did you learn this from? Who taught you this? Watching you. Classic.
Perfect. Why did I know that, yo? Once you said that commercial, you broke it down. I knew exactly what you about to go with it. I learned it by watching you.
And then the old 80s guy voice on the commercial. Parents who use drugs have kids who use drugs.
Yo, I am going to pull that back up, bro. Like, I am definitely going to use that on some type of... I learned it by watching you.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. But it's true. Day. It's the same thing.
It is.
And like, even with you know, you got to use it. Can be a powerful tool for good, but you have to be aware of it. And I just wonder how bad that a group, because you got to think, like, this is, like you said, a state lawsuit or whatever, a federal lawsuit from the states where they're suing this one company.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something real quick. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. My YouTube just froze and stopped on regular, like on.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I just noticed it. I stepped away from the computer. I'm on my cell. Wait a minute.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can, that's crazy.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, it's still streaming. Let me see if I can put it in the chat.
It says it stopped at 44 minutes and 18 seconds.
Yeah, so my other one on Broken Traditions Clips is still working. I'll put that in the chat to see if people would join that side. But yeah, what the heck? Usually Ecamm is. I don't know. Yeah. What did I say?
You called out YouTube in the beginning. You was like, no, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's like, oh, this motherfucker talking shit.
On my platform?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if
oh man.
Is the other link working? I try to put it in the chat to see if people could join that one. That one is still, it's like the vertical one, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I see it. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna see if I can join real quick.
Okay.
Can you see me?
No.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, I can hear you on the phone.
Okay. Can you hear me on the platform? On the platform?
No. But do it again. Well, yeah, I could. I'm listening to you on the phone, but it's also on the platform because it says interview guest, and your meter's going up. But I can't see you though.
But nobody can say anything in the chat. Well, I haven't left the screen. Let me see. Can you see this?
In the chat?
Yeah.
Well, people probably dropped. All right, well, I guess I'm about to just close this out, yo. That's bullshit.
I guess so. Like that was a crazy abrupt stop.
Yeah, YouTube never had the issues with, and how one dropped, the other one didn't. That's how crazy that is.
You got a virtual going too?
No, I have
a vertical.
Yeah, so a vertical's on my other channel. So the other channel's good. On the short channel.
On the Broken Traditions Clips.
Yeah. I'll send it to you real quick.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, you got it?
Yep. Subscribe. You're live right now. Here we are looking crazy.
Well, I'll get rid of you real quick, I guess.
All right. Since I'm still on the phone.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, but all right, whatever, bro. It is what it is, yo. See, this is why I don't go live. You be like, yo, you gotta do more lives.
You gotta do more lives. You gotta get back. Make sure you in that algo. You gotta get back to at least 1 week.
Oh no.
Oh.
1 week is crazy. No.
Once a month, something. Last Friday of a month. Ron's hangout so we can kick conspiracy theories. Something.
I'm sitting there struggle. I can't even get rid of the other person on this thing.
I see it, and I'm not a lady. For those still watching, it's a silhouette of a lady. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a chance to close out, and then I'll hit you back on the regular line.
I bet.
All right, peace.
All right, man. But I appreciate everybody who came in. Let's see, I could just do this. That helps. No. All right, I appreciate everybody who came in, and I appreciate everybody watching the replay. For those who are watching this on YouTube on Leron Gaskins, I don't know why the channel just dropped. Don't know why at all, but things happen. This is why I don't do live streams. But I really want to have this conversation with you guys about how this 18 billion was a slap in the face. How this 18 billion wasn't really, how do they say it in the political landscape? This was a nothing burger, because this wasn't really it, man. But I'm gonna finish up, man, and see what's going on in the back end, because this is pissing me off. But I appreciate y'all. You guys are listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what have you. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a rating. I'm saying? Read all ratings on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts. You guys are watching this on YouTube, the replay. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you think that the 18 billion is a good dent, or let me know if you think this 18 billion is a slap in the face, like how I feel. I feel like this is a slap in the face. But all right, man, we close out. All right, man, till next time, peace. Real Rap Ron is signing off. All right, later. One.